We're here with the game Yes, Your Grace. Now, it's a role-playing strategy game where you play King Eric, who basically hears things from, of course, the people in his kingdom, and he decides whether, they get what they ask for or they don't, and those decisions ultimately affect your kingdom as a whole. This game was developed by Brave at Night and published by No More Robots. Earlier I tried about 5 minutes of it just to kind of see how it plays. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start a new game. I didn't want to get too far while testing it out real quick to where anything that might surprise me is no longer surprising, because I want to come into it fresh, and I want my reactions to be real. So let's go ahead and start up a new game. Let's see. Yes, Your Grace is a game of tough choices. It will be impossible to satisfy the needs of every petitioner. Sometimes your subjects will have spiteful intentions, and sometimes life will get in the way. If you simply have enough resources at the end of each week, that's good enough. Yes, Your Grace. Now, if you like what you're seeing and you're on Xbox like I am, this is actually included in the Xbox Game Pass. So if it's something you're interested in, I highly recommend it, that you try it out. So, select the petitioner to call them forward. It is time, Your Grace. Alright, select the throne to step down. Right button. Allows me to control myself. Press A. I had better put on the crown. Grab that. You can find your inventory in the lower left corner. Select an item to interact with it by pressing B. Crown of the King of Davern. It's getting a bit rusty. We're gonna wear it anyway because I'm a king. I have to have my crown. You can leave any room by walking to the edge of the screen or by selecting the doors. So, I didn't want to sit down, so let me stand back up, and we're gonna walk over here. All right, this is the map of your castle. Select the castle wall to go there. Your Grace. A deserter. Found one of ours hiding in a shed. Shed? Why would you do this, Sobek? There's too many of them. We have no chance of winning. If you let them off, the rest may follow. However, our army is sparse as it is. We need every set of hands available to hold a sword, Your Grace. So, it sounds like we've got an army at the doorsteps. Now, even the least brave soldiers are essential. That's sparing them. There is no place for cowards under my banner, killing them. Well, I mean, if there's enemies at the gates, we need people to fight. Hopefully me sparing his life will motivate him to fight for not only his home, but also for me. With courage, we will defeat the enemy, no matter the odds. Let him loose, General. Go and stand for Davern. Thank you, Your Grace. Okay, cool. Over here, Your Grace. Alright. Just kind of... How bad is it, General? Our men are scared. It's the middle of the night, and yet it's so bright as if... Svrog himself walked our lands. The thin walls won't last long, and we lack any solid defense measures. We don't have enough men. Once they get in, we have nothing we can throw their way. Can you hear the chanting? They're getting ready. We better get started. I have gathered archers from all the other walls. They are awaiting you at the wall, Your Grace. There's still time to put up white flags. Alright, so I can either yell archers, I guess. Looks like Sons of Davern do a speech. Or put up the white flag and surrender and say, you know what? Being king wasn't worth it anyway. But you know what? We're going to do a speech. Try and get our guys pumped. My brothers! We stood together through the worst of times. We have proved our strength in many battles. And today, we will prove it again! My bravest men, I bid you to fight for all you hold dear. For Davon! Not quite the scene from 300 there, where the arrows block out the sun, but it's a good little intro to the game. 1 year earlier. It's like I'm in a courtyard. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here it comes. Is this supposed to be like hide and seek? Because, I mean, but I mean, nobody's really hiding. The sun finally came out. Let me enjoy it. Okay. She's not playing. You found me, Father. Well done. Come on now, Lorsulia. It's not often that we can do this. I told you I don't want to play. Aren't you too old for this? Lorsulia, there's no way. That's no way to speak to your father. Lorsulia is a stick in the mud. Shut it, Asalia. We can see you from miles away. So she's been okay. Well, found you now. Gotcha. Shouldn't have insulted your sister from across the gardens. She always has to ruin everything. She's so proud she couldn't even place to hide. I wasn't even trying to hide. I don't want to play. Okay. Next time you don't want to play, maybe try writing a formal announcement. Oh wait, you can't write. Ooh. Of course I can, you nitwit. Cut it out, both of you. Yeah, there we go. Gotta be the dad in this situation, you know. Like, yeah, but stop it, kids. Alright, and who's this? Ah, here's the little one. No! I was doing so well. You must have cheated. Or peeked. I demand another trial of the game. How official. Maybe next time. Sadani. Forgive me, Your Grace. I hate to interrupt, but your subject will soon arrive. Alright, enough games. The throne awaits. Grevno, week 1. The petitioners will start queuing in a moment, Your Grace. We really need to shorten the visiting hours. I feel you. Isn't that my wife? Like the queen right there? Okay. Let's see what. Can you go and speak to Lorsulia, my dear? I've tried to talk to her, but she just won't respond. I don't know what's gotten into her recently. Maybe she'll open up a bit more to you. She's probably wondering she's probably wondering about at the wall. Of course, my sweetest. Oh, that was a nice little interaction. Your Grace, I bring bad news. The recent rains have soaked through our roofs. The pantry roof has collapsed, as well as some of the walls of our dungeon. Only one cell is currently functional. We should really fix those things before they get worse. Otherwise, we'll keep losing supplies. You will see the required fixes in your weekly summary at the end of the week. When you meet people and talk to petitioners, your advisor may counter in your archives. You can see all the entries by selecting the archives button below. Check that out real quick. Flood damages. The recent rainy weather damaged our pantry roof and dungeon. We should repair the damages when possible. Family. Lorsulia, the oldest of Eric's daughters, is smart, polite, and learns quickly from her mistakes. She's 13. Asalia, Eric's middle daughter. Asalia is adventurous and playful and doesn't care what others think about her. Sadani is Eric's youngest daughter. She observes her sisters and learns quickly, often mimicking their actions. And is this Aurelie, the queen of Dabber and Eric's wife, the mother of their 3 daughters? She's always happy to advise the king on important matters. All right, good to know. So, next. Your Grace, my daughter's wedding is at hand. Congratulations. The problem is, we don't have enough gold or supplies to make a worthy feast. What will my daughter's in-laws think of our family? We want to hire a band, buy some of that fancy wine on the market. We would only need 5 gold and 5 supplies. Alright, so we've got 30 gold, 30 supplies. I think that's probably 100 like army strength and 15 happiness. So, let's see. You have my blessing, but I won't help, or I give it to him. You know what? I don't know much about this guy, but I mean, if you're gonna have a feast and you don't have the, the stuff for the feast, that's kind of lame. So yeah, I'll give it to him. You can't have a marriage without the music and something to kill the thirst. Oh, and increase my happiness and lowered my supplies and gold. Oh yes, the thirst the worst. We will show these peasants what a real feast looks like. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I like that guy already. Your Grace, I come here representing my village. We want to ask you for 7 gold to help us gather tools and resources required to build an inn. We could really use a new place to rest after a long day of work. Huh. So, I'm guessing this is somebody in my kingdom. And it sounds like housing's a problem in his village, which is under my command. So I can either say it's not my priority and they can just sleep on the ground, or I can give him the 7 gold and he can build that inn. My thought process is, if I treat the villagers right, they'll be more willing to fight for me when the time comes. So I'm going to go ahead and give him this gold. I hope that's not a bad decision. But we will see. That's more happiness, of course. Not a lot of gold. Make it the best inn around. Oh, we surely will. Thank you, Your Grace. Okay, so that's a new entry. Let's see. New inn for the village. A peasant asked for gold to build a new inn for their village. The king decided to support the village with gold. And then help with the wedding. Gold and supplies to fund his daughter's wedding. Eric decided to help the folks with their preparation for the wedding. I sound like a pretty nice guy. Monsters. Beasts dressed in black. They came in the night. Unseen, unheard until they arrived. They attacked the village. We heard the dreadful screams of the slain. Your Grace, I beg you, you must send your men, check what happened, find those responsible. Tell me more. Who are they? Bright, red heads, short but with sharp fangs. Hundreds of them. Gleaming metal for their claws. We've never seen anything like this. That does sound concerning. I'm going to send my agent to check the village. Hopefully he doesn't come back dead or I lose him. That would really suck. So the general should deal with these bandits easily. Alright, bet. Thank you, Your Grace. So it's going to take 1 week for him to check it out. So hopefully I don't have anything else that needs a general right now. Select the glowing flower to advance to the next week once you're ready. Sometimes you will need to see your family members before you can advance. And I think that is the case right now. So let's go ahead and stand up and go check out, what's happening around here. Let's go to the dungeon first. I want to see this cave in there talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, you can see up there that's a pretty substantial hole. So, damn it, this is worse than I thought. The recent downpours have damaged a lot of buildings, Your Grace. While we still have space for prisoners, we should focus on buildings that need more attention. I have a scribe write a list. I've had a scribe write a list of things that need to be fixed. You will see this in your weekly summary, Your Grace. This sounds like it's going to be costly, and it probably will be. Yes. at least you didn't give me false hope. I like that. You're a good guy. How can I help you, Your Grace? I'm just looking wrong. Let's see. Let's talk to this prisoner. By all the gods, that could have been me. Your Grace, do you see what happened here? If I was in the other cell, I would have been crushed. This is a sign. The gods have forgiven my sins. I shall serve the mighty ones. I will dedicate my life to those in need. I mean, if I could get out of here. Please? Why are you here again? Oh, I bumped into the innkeeper on the street and stepped on his toe. How dare you tell such falsehoods? He ordered a gallon of beer, drank it all by himself, and didn't even have the gold to pay for it. I know the innkeeper. He was pretty upset. Oh yes, I think I remember. Your Grace, I have been enlightened. I won't ever do such a stupid thing again. I will serve a higher purpose now. Just maybe let me out. Got what you deserved. I mean, the dude did steal. But I also don't know how long he's been in this dungeon. So, I mean, you know, has he been here for a day? You know, like he did it yesterday and it's overnight and he stole, you know. Or has he been in here for like 2 years? Because if that's the 2 years for taking a gallon of beer, that's a little excessive. I think I'm going to let him go. It's not like he murdered anybody. Yet he is a thief, so hopefully he won't continue to steal from me, or my kingdom, or the people in my kingdom. But we'll go. I hope you learned your lesson. You may leave. What? Really? The gods have truly chosen me. I will go and spread their wisdom. Thank you, Your Grace. Our paths will cross again. I can feel it. Alright, that's a new entry, so let's check that out real quick. Oh, once you protect the village, we have some internal, see if you can find anything. And divine intervention. A peasant imprisoned in our dungeon was nearly killed by the collapsing cells. Divine intervention. Upon hearing the peasant's remorse over his actions, the king decided to set him free. You darn toot. Let's go to the gardens before we hit the castle. Like walls. Alright. Oh, here's my other daughter, Asalia? Yes, father? Can you explain the fight in the gardens? What is the matter with you two? Okay. A little rough around the edges there. You and that one always gets me. Lorsulia used to be best friends. You mean, why is Lorsulia such a big baby? This is the kind of thing I mean. She's annoying as all. You need to stop fighting with each other. This isn't going anywhere, is it? I can't make you like her. Well, I can't. So, honestly, that's what I'm going to say. I can't make you like... You don't have to be best friends, but she is your sister, and you need to stop insulting her. Yes, father. I'll try. Okay. Like I said, you don't have to be, you know, best buds. You don't have to be palling around, going everywhere, braiding each other's hair and all that. But at least be civil. Alright, so that looks like the only person to talk to here. We're going to go to the castle wall. And it looks like she's probably up top where we had that cutscene earlier. She's looking over at the beautiful mountain range. I mean, this is a really nice land. I mean, I'm lucky to be king of all this. I mean, look at all that farmland, too. The Gray Mountains. Julia loves them. We're lucky to have such a beautiful landscape. A cat! Oh, yes! Kitten interactions. Love it. Oh, it's you. You need to stop fighting with your sister. You want to talk about what happened in the gardens? No. I'm fine, Father. Let's see. I can see something's wrong. I can say, so Asalia has been pretty nasty recently. Let's see, if I say, why didn't you want to play with us? I mean, we were playing hide and seek. She might just reply with something along the lines of, I don't know, I'm too old for it or whatever. So one of these two. I can see something's wrong, but she might just say, no, I'm fine. Let's go with this one. I don't know where your sister learned to be so rude. Okay. I can see something's wrong. Why won't you talk to me? Everything's fine. Don't you have things to do? Ooh, ouch. Fine, I'll see you later. I'll leave you to it, sure. Ungrateful. Ungrateful little bum. Alright, so I think I can probably go to the next week now. Let's see what's going on with that village. This is your weekly summary screen. Here you will be able to see your kingdom's weekly income and expenses. You can buy upgrades and fixes for the castle in the left section. To buy an upgrade, simply select the button and you will see the cost added to the summary below. Broken theater, minus 1. Broken pantry roof, minus 5 supplies. Stand general. What was that? Oh, I guess that's just his pay. And then taxes got me 11 gold and some food. I think it's... I mean, you gotta... I mean, you have to fix the pantry roof. That's food. $12 gold. That's not going to leave me much for when I'm taking... Oh, man. Fix the market stall. That's minus 15 supplies, but plus 2 gold per week. Okay, and then repair theater removes contentment penalty from treasury. I have some extra happiness, so I could probably wait on that one. I think the pantry roof, I have to fix it, even if I have to say no to some people in the upcoming week. So yeah, let's fix that and save and continue. I'm definitely not swimming in a sea of gold, I'll tell you that much. Alright. Oh, is this my general? Oh my gosh, there's a ton of people coming in. Your Grace, no sign of the monsters. We did stumble upon these bandits, though. They were pillaging the village. Red head, sharp teeth. A crest of Radovia? I thought you could only find them in books and old manuscripts. Well, it seems like we have one right here, too. Tell me. Whose banner are you bearing? Your man is right. Radovia is my home. And soon yours too. Oh, bold. Why are you here? What were you and your men doing near the village? We're just making a living. Yeah, okay. One man might call it plunder. I would call it hard work. Okay. Yeah, I guess putting your life on the line every day is hard work. Who's your leader? Do you have a king? Or are you just a barbaric thief? We are free people. We don't bow to kings or lords. Bold words for someone trespassing in another country. Bold and stupid. I've heard enough. Your Grace, we can't allow barbarians to stalk our lands, plundering and killing innocent men. There's no question that justice needs to be dealt to this one. You know what? I could execute him. if I let him go, will he ever come to my side? That's the question. I mean, really, let's be honest. He already said he doesn't bow to kings. He probably doesn't respect kings. I don't see that as a viable option. If I execute him, I'm likely to piss off everybody else that is in his tribe. So I think I'm going to just throw him in the dungeon. I mean, I cleared up that one space from the drunkard. And so, yeah, let's throw him in the dungeon. You will rot in a cell. Don't want to let me go, but you don't have the guts to kill. My friends will gladly hear about your cowardly decision. Ooh. Eesh. That's not good. I don't like that. Dovians here. How would they get through the mountains? Why would they threaten a war? That's a lot of questions, but I need answers, Audrey. Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm just puzzled. It might be reasonable to start thinking about renewing some old treaties. Talk to old friends. See who can give us a hand. With our current resources, a war would bring certain defeat. I will make some preparations. Huh, okay, bet. Come up here. I'm here representing Bank de Florentini, Your Grace. I hear that your treasury has seen better times, but I'm here to help. How does this work? We understand that sometimes it's hard to be a king, and we want to do our best to help. We offer quick and easy solutions to give you a surge of gold or supplies, whichever you may be in need of. Our exclusive package offers 50 gold or supplies instantly, available for your use. The bank only adds a small fee of 10 gold or supplies depending on the loan type. It's paid off in weekly amounts of 10 until you pay off your debt, Your Grace. We won't charge you any additional costs. Oh, last thing to note, we only do one type of loan at a time. So if you want to borrow gold, we can't lend you supplies until the first loan is repaid, and vice versa. And remember, the first loan is free of charge. So he'll give me 50. And when he says free of charge, he's talking about the initial charge or the... Because he must not be talking about, you know, obviously the 10 a week. You just pay back what you take. I don't want to be in debt to him. I mean, he seems kind of shady. But I mean, I'll be making more than 10 gold here soon. So, yeah, let me borrow gold. Repayable over 5 weeks. Remember, the first loan is free of charge. I'll take it. Perfect. Anything else, Your Grace? That's it for now. The Bank de Florentini is always happy to help. I bet it is. I bring news, Father. Asalia sneaked out at night last week. I ran to her while she was going back to her chamber, all laughing and a little tipsy. She wouldn't say where she'd been, but Sadani, as thick as she is, spilled everything to me in the morning. Those two chit-chat all the time. They think I don't realize. Thick, don't speak ill of your sister. What's got into you, Lashuya? Asalia sneaks out to some wedding, gets all drunk, but I'm the bad one all of a sudden. I'd better talk to Asalia about this. You girls are going to drive me mad one day. Your Grace, my dear son is nowhere to be found. Yes, a really daft little boy, but still, he is my son. I ask you to help us find him, Your Grace. Is there a chance you could do so? All we can offer is 7 gold. I believe this should be enough to cover your loss. I can't give up my only general for 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I know it's a boy, a little kid, and I feel terrible, but that 7 gold, you can pay a private investigator in ye olden times to go find him. My name is Etten. I'm the Lord of Bronca, Your Grace. I will be straightforward as possible. Someone has kidnapped my daughter, and they expect me to pay 12 gold to get her back. The thing is, I tracked them down, and I know where they are keeping her. I planned everything out. I just need your general to help me take her back. Or I could just pay the ransom. Either way, I will need your help, Your Grace. You know what? This is something that's worth sending your general out for. I will give you a general. Pay them once and they'll only want more. This is the best option. You're right. Send the general my way and I will tell him my plan. Thank you, Your Grace. Alright, who are you, buddy? Your Grace, I fear for my life. I think someone is trying to get me. What's going on? I think someone is following me. They want me dead. Who's they? I don't know. How would I know? I haven't done anything, right? You don't even sound sure yourself. I haven't done anything, right? I better be going. That was strange. Strange, man. Sounds like we need to see maybe a therapist? I don't know. Let's go to the dungeon. I want to talk to this guy. Since he's so confident that I'm a coward. You. I don't think a king would come down. I didn't think a king would come down to the dungeons. An honor, truly. Enough of the games. Tell me what you know. Why are you here? I suppose that's one way of killing time in this murky den. You see, Bayron, that lunatic, thinks everyone will follow him. Keeps raving about some promise. One of the 7 kings will give him his daughter. He thinks he's got a chance at mingling with the royals. I still can't decide, is he the mad one, or is it his followers who believe this bunk, who are really insane? All for now. Okay. You'll stay here a while longer. Maybe you'll be useful. Sure, as long as I don't die from boredom first. So sassy. How can I help you, Your Grace? I'm just looking around. Okay, same thing. Nothing new there. Let's look at the archives. I haven't looked for a second. So, gave him the general. Fearing for his life. I mean, couldn't really do anything with that. Lost beloved son. I'm sorry. And then, Redovian bandit was sent to the dungeon to await further interrogation. The Redovians were in Danvern. But he may be of further use. Okay. Let's go talk to some of our daughters here. Oh, this must be to talk to my wife. The Queen. I must ask her about this Redovian madness. Darling? Foreign barbarians visit us this week. Redovians have come to Davern. One of their bandits was brought to the castle. Redovians? That can't be right. Do you think it's about our promise? I'm afraid it is. The bandit is in the dungeon, already questioned him. It can't be Eric. Well, he said so himself. How would he know? 13 years ago, we promised our unborn child's hand to a thug. Bayran, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. After 13 years, a Redovian shows up in our castle. I'll be damned. Yes, Lorsuya will soon become a woman, and we will need to find her a husband. And Bayron, the villain, will arrive to make me fulfill my promise. What about the witch? Do you remember the curse? I don't even want to think about this. Let's just hope the curse is nothing but a hoax and see how things with the thug turn out. That doesn't sound good. How could we have promised our daughter's hand to a Redovian? With a knife to my throat, I'm not sure what else we could have done. To think our daughter will marry some barbaric thug. We can't let this happen, Eric. Don't worry, we'll solve this. What now? What are we gonna do? If Bayran ever shows up to claim our daughter's hand, hopefully no one will believe him. We just need to play stupid. Unless he shows up with an army. Don't be silly now. How could a commoner afford an army? Even we can't. Wow, that does not sound good. How could Radovians get to Davern? Anything seems possible at this stage. You did send to the dungeons. I already told you I did. Oh, yes, yes. I'm sorry, darling. It's just too much to think about. Yeah, I'll see you later. I feel like she's gonna try and kill that bandit in the dungeon. I have to keep an eye on her. Alright, let's go talk to our daughter that sneaks out and gets tipsy at weddings. Yes, father? There was a wedding in the village. I've heard there was quite a fine wedding in the village just outside our walls. Considering the resources you spent to help them out with it, it definitely was. I wish you'd come to ask me first. I'm not angry. I just want you to be safe. There we go. Why would you be mad? Is it because I went to the market? Come on now. I know about the wedding. Oh, I think I might have said the wrong thing. Because there's already bad blood between her and Lorsuya. And Lorsuya told me what happened. And I just told Asalia. How would she know anyway? And I'm probably about to throw the other daughter, Sadani, under the bus too. Oh, of course, Sadani. So now she's going to hate both of her sisters. I'm worried about you. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you. You have no need to worry. Nothing will happen. Do you know what's out there? What could have happened if someone found a princess by herself in a village? All the drunkards, thugs. Nothing happened, father. I was dressed differently. I was careful. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. All I wanted was a little fun. Lorsulia said you got drunk. That's a lie. I know what I'm doing. I can take care of myself. How many times? Lorsulia. Since she turned 13, she thinks you will make her marry some fat, dumb prince and send her off to another castle. If she intends to be such a lousy rat, maybe it would be for the best. Ooh, ouch, dang. Is that why she's been acting up lately? I suppose so. It doesn't change the fact that she's just infuriating. And it doesn't change the fact that you didn't stop with the name calling. You are confined to the castle. No more visits to the market. What am I supposed to do inside these godforsaken walls? Stupid Lorsulia. I'll teach her a lesson. Stop with the names. Alright, so I thought it was going smooth at first, and now it's going worse. So here's my thought. I promised Lorsulia's hand in marriage to the Radovian, but by looking at the other Radovian, they seem to be pretty fit. Alright. In this time period, it was all about making alliances through marriage, so why would I want to marry her off to a fat noble when I could have a bandit horde at my beck and call to help me out? I mean, clearly they spend every day fighting and pillaging. So them versus peasants armed with swords and arrows, I think I'll take the Radovians personally. Anyway. I've come to talk to you. Oh, it's you. Asalia told me what's going on. Asalia told me why you might be feeling a bit down recently. I think your mother and I had started to figure it out anyway. I'm sorry we didn't realize earlier. Oh, and why is that? You won't have to marry a stranger. I mean, if I marry her off to the Radovian, I'm not really keeping that promise. You're a grown-up woman now. I don't know where he's leading with that. Is he going to be like, you're a grown-up woman now, you're going to marry who I tell you to marry? You will have to get married at some stage. And I feel like it's going to... I feel like this is the most reassuring, but what's the outcome if I do marry her to a stranger, you know? If I just say you're a grown-up woman now, you can make your own decisions or whatever, that seems a little bit better, but I would really like her to marry the Radovian, just because I don't want them to kill us. So, you'll have to get married at some stage, and that's kind of pushing it off, like, yeah, you know, I'm not going to marry you to a stranger yet, but one of these days. So, I'm going to try your grown-up woman now. Soon lords and knights will line up to ask for your hand. You know I will have to choose someone. But we can wait, I promise. We won't move forward if you're not ready. There we go. Time will show. Ouch, dang, she's so cold. I will check on you later. Ouch, man, she is just cold as ice. Alright, let's take a look at the archives before we move on. Radovian bite. A Radovian man showed up to They ran a 30 years after the king's oldest daughter, Lorsulia. After finding out why Lorsulia is upset, the king assured her that she will not be rushed into marriage. He decided it would be best to confront her about it. It confirms Lorsulia's story. So, yep. And I don't know what this is about a curse, but that sounds terrible. So, best case scenario right now. Alright. Lorsulia meets Bayron. You know, the thug leader from Redovia. He's just a hunk. You know what I'm saying? He's a hunk, good guy, even though he pillages and murders people for a living. And she just loves him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll fulfill our promise. She loves you. Fight by our side. Avoiding the curse, avoiding any issues, moving on with our lives with a stronger military force. But that's probably not how that's going to happen. Alright, so we lost 10 gold for the bank payment, but we got 11 gold. And an additional 8 for supplies. So, what we're going to do here is I'm making an additional 2 gold per week. I'm making more than what my current payments are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the market stall. And I'm actually going to repair the theater too. And just, there we go. Don't have to worry about any of that anymore for right now. So we won't be losing any happiness. We didn't lose a lot of supplies. We still have 16, 42 gold still. Now we'll make 13 gold a week. So for every 3 weeks, we're almost at another 10. This is early on in our repayment period. So we're looking pretty good on that. I think that's the best way to go about it. Go ahead and get those taken care of and out of the way. But we're not going to move on into week 3 yet. I'm going to save that for the next stream we do of Yes, Your Grace. If you like this, like I said, it's free on Xbox Game Pass if you have it. It's actually pretty enjoyable. I think the story's good. A lot of twists and turns from what I've seen so far that I was not expecting. The family has their own, of course, everyday family dynamic where, I mean, your kids are growing up, they're rebelling. I'm a little concerned that, my middle daughter is like 11 and she's already out drinking at weddings, you know. But at the same time, this was a different time, so that might have been acceptable back then. So, and I know, of course, age of drinking changes, based on what country you're in nowadays. So I'm not too concerned about that. I just don't want her to go down kind of a self-defeating path. As for my older daughter, she's cold as ice. I feel like if I marry her to anyone but who she wants to marry, or before she's ready, I feel like she's going to try to assassinate me. I swear. She's that cold and that mean. So, I haven't seen much of Sidani's personality other than, she's got the energetic personality of a younger girl. And then for my wife, I'm a little suspect that she's a little so concerned with the Radovian in the dungeon. I hope she doesn't kill him. I need him alive, because we might be able to work something out with this wedding. So, with that said, this has been Yes Your Grace, Catchphrase Cam, and I'll catch you at the next episode.